few weeks ago, we stumbled across Emma's blog called Bohemian Avenue. It's a rustic chic home decor and lifestyle blog. So I had to bring Emma into the studio to talk to us about her own decor and lifestyle tips. So Emma, thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure meeting you, Allison.
So your most recent post is about tips for the beginner thrifter. Mm-hmm. And I think that thrifting, the idea of getting into thrifting can be super intimidating to someone who is not used to it, who like maybe looks for sales, but doesn't make a hobby of it. And so what tips do you have for somebody who's brand new to it?
So a lot of people do ask me how to thrift. A lot of people ask me, can I go with you? And I love spending time with people and going thrifting with them, especially with my parents. I go with them often, and then my friends as well. So I think that when I covered it on my blog, one of the big things that I talked about was to avoid wealthier neighborhoods, which a lot of people would think, oh, this neighborhood is known for their expensive houses and people who make a lot of money, but it's actually the opposite. You're going to find better bargains if you go to stores that are in smaller towns. And that's because a lot of times companies will distribute, especially if it's a chain, they'll distribute their donations. So what may be donated to one store is going to be donated so that all stores have an equal amount of product on their shelves.
That's really surprising. I think I always thought it was the opposite, that you should go to wealthier neighborhoods or big, large suburbs to find great thrift stores.
That is incorrect, actually. So I definitely would recommend, that's one of my biggest tips, is to try to find the small town stores. And I don't even want to say somebody that's poor or anything. Just the smaller town stores are usually just absolutely filled with bargains and little treasures that are very decently priced.
Right. So when you walk into a store, what do you suggest people do the first thing they do?
So the first thing that I personally do is I walk around the entire store. I will identify where different things are in the store. So if it's women's clothing or shoes or men's clothing or furniture or home decor, I want to know where it all is and what I'm dealing with, because each thrift store is going to be different. So I always do a once around before I grab a cart or even a basket, or even before I let myself grab anything off the shelves. I always do a once around because I want to see everything that's there.
Okay. And what do you look for when you're in the women's clothing section? What do you keep an eye out for?
The labels. I will flip through racks and just keep flipping, and then I see a label. A lot of stores, you're just going to see so many different things in there, and some of them are great bargains and some of them are not. But I personally get really excited when I see something on the rack that is Kate Spade or Tory Burch or Free People. I found all kinds of different brands, Talbots, and those are probably some of the bigger ones that I found that I just get really, really excited when I see those tags for 80 to 90, 95% off retail.
Okay, so say you find something that you like the look of it, you think, oh, this particular thing would look great in my house, but I hate the color. What do you suggest?
So that's another thing that I always look for, is if I am looking for something specific, say a dresser, or for a long time I was looking for a buffet table that I did find, and you can see that on my blog or on my Instagram account. I look at shape, and I look at the quality of furniture, and I look at the detail. So I love going to antique stores and thrift stores and just looking at the different things, because there's so much detail. So that's what I look. So anything that you buy can pretty much be painted the color to match your decor. So you have to look beyond color, and you have to start looking at the quality of furniture or clothing or something like that, and then think that you can probably paint it to match your decor.
Cool. Well, we'll have to have you back to talk about exactly how to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd love to be back. Show you guys.
And before we let you go, I wanted to ask you, how did you get into this? How did you get your start blogging?
So I've read blogs for years and years and years, and I've always admired them. I really wanted to start my own blog for the longest time, but I wasn't really sure what to talk about because I love fashion, but I'm not a fashion blogger. I love makeup and beauty products, but I could never talk about it. And one day I shared some pictures of my apartment on my Facebook account, my private one, and people went crazy over it. And it was kind of really weird to me, but then I thought, I might be onto something. And then people would come over and they would talk about, ask me where I purchased my things if I told them how inexpensive I purchased it for. And that's kind of how I got started. Is I was like, I want to tell people where I'm finding these things on the side of the road and how to do it. It's not just luck. It is a little bit of luck, but it's also just having an eye for it.
Yeah.
And I love teaching people how to have that eye.
Cool. So Emma's blog is called Bohemia Avenue, and she has a website, and you're also on Instagram, Pinterest,
And Facebook.
And Facebook.
Yep.
So definitely check her out, and we're super excited to have her back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.